like the tires them flat. I'm applying pressure like a time's been bad. Put me in the face of danger, still stand. Rather go and get better, I ain't going outside. Why is it there for you? Don't understand. How many times do I have to express that ain't part of the plan? We living life for as long as we can. Smelling like the plane just land. Smoking that boat just reach. Dogtown beach. That mean another mission complete. Big force, man, essence. I know frankincense and murder. It's a murder. I just put the homie somewhere in the dirt. Then I turn around and put my whole soul in the verse. Try to throw me in the fire, I emerge. On a mission and it gotta work out like fitness. Man, I even eat from morning, no food in the kitchen. Still I take on life.
Well then, guys, we are back live now. I thought we were going to be live on X, but it's not actually done it for some weird reason. So I'll sort that out in a bit anyway. I'll do it while we're talking. But anyway, we're back, guys. AKM Live. I'm joined by Martin and Shauno as usual.
I'm on top of the world. Hey, I'm on top of the world. Hey.
There's another fantastic song. Oh, Ernest Loss. Watch him up, he'll beat or something. Chew you up. Oh, Ernest Loss. He's a mank beater. Woohoo!
That's pretty cool.
Wrote that myself.
I like that one. I actually really do like that one. I was actually trying to get like a video together of like the song, the fans singing. What was it? Ten Hag at the wheel and that, but I couldn't get it. I must have had to play when we open, but well, it is what it is.
The other thing they were singing was, "You're going down with the blue shite. You're going down with the blue shite. You're going down with the blue shite."
Daddy never can suck eggs. Daddy never can suck eggs.
So then, guys, we are live now. We're going to be talking about the Liverpool match yesterday, where we absolutely battered Manchester United. We're also going to be talking about Ryan Gravenberch and how I've kind of jumped on the train now. And I think, as much as we have played, I'd say I'm gonna go down what Lawrence McKenna was saying yesterday. He was saying something along the lines of, Man United aren't really a good team anymore, so we shouldn't really be judging based on that, in all fairness. So, but it's Man United and he played well. And then we'll also be touching on more Salah's comments as well in regards to, what's crack with the contract situation and everything like that, and the fact that he's now the second player to have spoken about the lack of contact from the club in regards to progress of a contract, I guess. But before we get started, Sean, have you anything you'd like to plug before we get into it?
Well, I'd like to thank Red 1892 memorabilia and events. I got a beautiful thing in the post there today. It's a signed Jurgen Klopp hat. Now, they do bids really, really good. So thank you very much. Jamie Jackson, I think, is the person's name. Obviously, SD Designs 2020. I've got some beautiful stuff on Redbubble. Drop It Like It's Hot collection. I've also got the Manx Zero Liverpool 3 collection. Oh, I mean, it's just beautiful. I was working on that last night. Obviously, JackDesigns at UK, Fibbers memorabilia in Belfast, along with Cop Art in Belfast, and Number 19 Apparel, which do a lot of good stuff. I get a lot of stuff off them. So,
yeah, it's all good. All the links to that will all be down below in the description, guys. Sorry, I was a bit distracted then, Shauna, when you were talking. Sorry, I apologize for that. Trying to sort this X thing out.
We've also, I forgot to mention, hold on a second there till I just get it right. We were talking to Fuzzy there from LRFC. He's a top bloke, and obviously Brandon, aka Mighty Reds 97, and I'm hoping to be on Frank Carlisle's show there on Thursday at 8:00. Frank Carlisle, Liverpool, really intelligent man, knows his stuff. So yeah, hoping to be on that show.
Yeah, cool. I think they're going to be on here as well at some point as well. We've been in contact with them about getting a few people on here, so that'll be pretty cool.
I think I won't plug his name just in case. Obviously, it doesn't happen. But the guy who was on about to, I think maybe tuning in tonight just to take a little look.
Top bloke,
nice.
yeah. We could plug him, can't we?
It's up to Adam.
Yeah, go for it. I don't care as long as he don't mind. I'm easy, me.
It's the Lancashire lad off TikTok. You know, you can go and give him a little look. He's really good. His content's great, and he does have his YouTube channel, Lancashire Lad Podcasts.
Yeah, we'll get that all sorted out and everything. Hopefully, get him on and everything like that. And we obviously, you were the one that obviously brought him to our attention as well in regards to getting him on. So, yeah.
I'll just give you a heads up, guys, before we go any further. You might notice something in the background there, just in Martin's background. That is actually a banner made from SD Designs 2020 on Redbubble. Moi. So that's a beautiful.
You took the words right out of my mouth.
It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. Thank you, Jürgen.
There's actually a picture of all three of us, isn't there? Or at least two of us holding it.
Yeah. That was a good time. All right, North Reds. I'm loving the Mank post game narrative. They aren't dominant, or they aren't dominated. And we've got Jono.
How are we, boys? How long do you think before people start wearing fake bald slapheads at Anfield? Not long, to be fair. I don't reckon. Not fair.
Well, myself and Martin are already there naturally.
Adam's just growing his out to cover it.
I'm growing mine out to cover it now. Yeah. XP merchants. So yeah, guys, I think we'll start off with the match really, because obviously that was the thing that happened yesterday. Let's have a quick look then. So let's have a look. Where's this gone now?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Boom, there we go.
Hey, done it.
Yeah,
I'm not dropped down no more.
I sorted it out, yeah.
I love you.
Look at that, and it looks like I'm presenting it.
So these are the stats at the end of the game. It says here, obviously, that Liverpool outperformed their XG. They had more shots, they had the same shots on target. So we scored every shot on target yesterday. We had less touches in the opposition box, though. I thought that was quite interesting. And we had less possession, less corners taken, sorry, but we committed the same amount of fouls also. And then just to the right of that there, I've put another little one from Squawker saying that Liverpool have won their opening 3 Premier League games without conceding a goal for the first time since 2018-19, the season when they finished runners-up to Man City on 97 points. Will that be the same again this year? There's only one team that's close to us. Well, there's a couple there, as you can see. Like Arsenal have only conceded 1. Newcastle, Nottingham Forest, Brighton, Man City have all conceded 2. Spurs, Fulham have conceded 3, and Aston Villa and Bournemouth have both conceded 4 goals. So that's not too shabby, I don't think, in regards to that. And then we've got like the past networks here of how Liverpool like lined up throughout the course of the game and everything. So you can see, as Martin was mentioning a few months ago, the triangles are all set up here from Alisson and to the defenders. And then just there's triangles all over the place here. It's very, very reminiscent of the Barcelona way of playing, everything like that. Even when the substitutes come on, which are the yellow markers, even they're picking up the similar positions. Do you know what I mean? So it's just, I don't know. I'm just really, really loving the way we play football. And that's
we just give up in the second half after we went 3. Well, fuck it, yeah, because we were just messing around at the back. I thought it was quality.
Yeah. And it's just, like you say, I think I'm not knocking Jurgen Klopp at all, but I know there's going to be a time when Slot comes unstuck, like when he comes up against a Man City or an Arsenal, that will be the real challenge. I think we've got like 2 games in a row where we play City and then we play Real Madrid in the Champions League. That'll be a testing period to see how good we actually are playing and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? So, but on the face of it,
with the Champions League as well, and that sort of fixture, the fixture list isn't really all that forgiving for us. Are we playing Real Madrid and then playing City in the same week? So it's fucking crazy when you think of it. Not liking that new format at all, by the way. Hate it.
I need to ask this question while we're on the subject of this. Right. So I heard today on a radio show, and we've got like Slot. Can we judge Slot on these first 3 games? Right? Because he's still got Klopp's team. Now, one of the guys who I was listening to, he said, I could go in there tomorrow and I could have the same kind of results until in 18 months, can you judge Slot on his team? Because he's only tweaked it a little bit. From the Klopp, instead of having a defensive, he's being a bit more defensive, where Klopp was a bit more higher up.
Yeah.
Now, I think at the moment, Slot is doing amazing. I think he's really, really good, and I'm all for slot ball now over heavy metal football. But I think the guy on TalkSport did have a genuine point.
No, I get that. I kind of understand it though, but you can only kind of go off what you've got right now. But we've only got a small sample, and I guess the real test will come when I say you play like an Arsenal or Man City, or maybe even a team like Aston Villa. Do you know what I mean? Maybe someone like that could be a test of everything as well. But yeah, I think there was a bit as well. Is this the bit that North Red's on about, where the tippy tappy bit at the later stage again at the end of the goal would have been replayed for all eternity? That was when Salah had that ball after he scored, didn't he? And he tried taking on everybody, and then him, Szoboszlai, and was it Trent before Trent went off, just passed it around in like them 3 little triangles. Like that was amazing. Was that? Honestly, I loved how we played football under Klopp. I really did. But it's interesting seeing as well, like how footballers can change and how they can start doing new things. Do you know what I mean? If that makes sense.
He's got big smiles on their faces again. I know we got with this is for later in the show, but they're all smiling. Look at Trent last week, sat there like a miserable baby. Yeah, he's come over. We scored 3 goals, and that beaming smile. Yeah, because we beat the Manx. Everyone will smile at the Manx. But isn't it nice to see all them lads coming back in that dressing room with a big beaming smile again?
Yeah.
I think, from going over to watch the Atalanta game, I kind of felt that we had no plan B under Klopp, and I think it became a little stagnant, and I think he ran out of ideas. I loved the way Slot is it's not completely unfamiliar to what Klopp was doing, but I just think it's a fresh look at it. And I think when you get a fresh look or a fresh start to anything, you get kind of your enthusiasm back, or if there was a little bit of enthusiasm lost, it's
not
certainly
knowing part of what is going to happen, because he had studied United. He knew that they were going to be up the top. Their wingers were going to be up the top, and he knew that he could play in behind them.
I was just saying that to my mate. I was speaking to him there at lunchtime, and the way Slot talked about, how he studied United and how United played last year and how they played this year. Man, he was prepared. I still say this to this day. He's like the Dutch Rafa. I love him.
Yeah,
I love him. But let's not get ahead of ourselves.
No, exactly. You've got to try and keep it a little bit under caution, everything like that. But obviously we've got the international break now as well, and
I don't need it.
It pisses me off, this international break. First thing, like honestly, like it could be done at the end. It could be done at the end of the season. You could do it at the end of the season. Then the teams don't get a break again. But again, I was just about to say this. This could also be a blessing in disguise for Chiesa and Nunes. Because we know that Núñez is being banned from international football for the next 5 games. And I think I saw some quotes earlier on from the Italian manager basically saying he was going to call up Chiesa, I will get his name right, Chiesa, to the squad, but he wasn't going to play him. But then apparently he turned around and said he'd rather stay in Liverpool and spend time with like the coaching staff to learn what's expected of him.
That's Chiesa.
Mark, so I honestly think that this international break, as much as it's a fucking pain in the ass, I think as well at the same time it could be a blessing in disguise for players like Núñez and so on.
Well, we've only just got over the fact, of the transfer window being absolutely shite.
Yeah.
And we're kind of, getting into the football a bit. And then a fucking international break comes along. I mean, and then you're shitting bricks then, like if any player gets a knock or whatever,
Yeah. What the hell has happened with Rashford? I don't even know. The guy looks like
doesn't want to be there.
Yeah, he looks like he needs a fresh start. Or he's just lost his love for football. It's one of them. But isn't it funny how, again, I know we're not a Man United channel and stuff, but isn't it interesting to see how wide players there seems to have gone and died a death? Like, you've looked at, they've had Di Maria, they've had Jadon, they've had Jadon Sancho, they've had Marcus Rashford now, Anthony Martial. I mean, I know a lot of people will say, oh, Martial was shit and everything. And I know that, like, Sancho was shit, but isn't it weird when he went on loan to Dortmund last year, he started lighting it up again, and then he's come back to Man United and done fuck all.
I'm going to have a bit of a rant here because, that there's so much lip service coming out of Manchester United, with that, your man, what's his name? Harry Potter, I call him. The fella that bought a share in United and he's talking about stadiums and all sorts of shit. Radcliffe.
Yeah.
He's shiting out of him, and Tin Hag has got 15,000, bloody interviews and all of that. And he's as deluded as they come. My Jesus, if you saw the press conference he did after the game, deluded, absolutely deluded. So, I mean, that's a sinking ship. And no matter how much shite you want to pile on and talk shite and big up, Manchester United on past glories, they have a lot more than a roof that's leaking. They have so much to sort out in that team, and they've got they've got players, Martin, that don't play for the club and are divas. I've never come across more petulant group of players, and United have had that. Harry fucking Maguire, he's fucking fatter than me. Do you know what I mean?
I wasn't going that far, mate.
Shut up, you're fatter than me. I don't know what you're talking about. But I like, honest to God, these players are cheating football out of a living. There's some of those players that should be out along with Paul Pogba. But I couldn't care less. I love it. I absolutely love it. And this now has Tin Hag eating humble pie after the disrespect he's shown Arne Slot there when he started off at Liverpool. This really is lovely humble pie.
Adam, can you show that video that I sent last night with our Toby on it?
I don't think I'm PC. Hold on a minute. I'll try. Hold on.
Great.
You guys keep talking while I try and sort this out.
But yeah, did you hear the interview with Ten Hag where he was getting interviewed by one of the presenters and he went and Ten Hag was going, it's the mentality and blah blah blah, and the guy said, so what do you mean about mentality? But I didn't say mentality. I never used that. He went, you just said it. But no one ever. He's losing his shit.
Oh, he's full of crap.
He is crumbling.
He absolutely is. I mean, that is a guy that is under pressure. And I mean, look, you can't fucking blame him because I mean, United went off to go look for another manager and they didn't get one. And then they said, okay, Tin Hag, you did a great job there, stay on. when he knows damn well that they were looking to replace him and they couldn't do it.
He'll be gone by January, if not before.
Well, Gary Neville can talk all the shite talk he wants about Liverpool going for a third choice. They would give their left one. They'd give their left testicle to have Arne Slot right now, because he's far more clued in, far more intelligent man, far more he can form a sentence without tripping himself over. He's very, very calm, collected. And again, let's just put into context, it's only 3 games, but even the 3 games in the preseason, he just took everything. He was amazing.
Just waiting for email to come through with them things on, so I'll be able to show them. Oh, there we go. It's come up now. Hold on. What about this one here, guys? In regards to injuries, what Cranky JD saying, it all depends on injuries. Some positions will struggle to cover with the same quality.
I think that them players are that sold at the moment to Slot's way. They're going to go anywhere for them.
What about you, Shauna?
Look, I know that we're all on Gravenberch's parade now, or the, we're all singing his praises right now. I still think that we need a defensive midfielder. I'm not too sure whether Endo's up for it. Jones, I'm not really too sure either. So obviously, in terms of injuries, I would be worried about if Gravenberch picked up one at the moment. Now he's only been tried for 3 games in that position. Obviously, centre back I'd also be concerned about.
Yeah, we definitely need another centre back in. I think I've just got this video here. Hold on a moment.
I love this.
How do you think the first half went, mate?
Love it.
Toby.
He's not happy at all today. No, he is just on one.
Why would he be? I mean, hold on a second while I drink a bottle of Mank Tears.
Here's a question. I can't see. I don't know how to see the comments, and if I see a comment, I am going to do this. Right. Another one here today. From the 1970s up until now, would Mo Salah get in your all-time squad? That meaning top 11 and 5 subs. Where would you put him? That's with all the viewers as well. Was he better than Barnes? Was he better than Rush, Dalglish, Gerrard? Where does he rate? Where, if you can make a team from the 70s up until now, where does he get in your team? He does for me.
Yeah, I think he does for me as well. I think, in all fairness, I can't think off the top of my head a starting 11, but I could think of a front 3 that I'd play, and it'd be.
I think he'd be on the bench.
Rush, and Salah. That'd be my front 3.
What would be your front 3?
Barnes, Rush, Salah.
You think he's better than Kenny?
I don't know. I never seen Kenny. I don't know. It's hard for me to say.
I'd have him on the bench for me because I'd have Barnes, Rush, and Dalglish. Dalglish.
I mean, if I could turn Dalglish into a number 10, then I'd stick him there.
You think, Sean?
Oh, here we go. We've got a gentleman here. Keep it, Rhea 7. That's the film we're coming up to pay, fella, ain't it? I was a subscriber years ago. Yes, it is. Well, there's actually 2 of us. There's Martin as well, who was part of Fenway Become Not to Pay. How are you? And thank you for your support. I've gone to counselling. I'm now okay.
Joe said the same as Martin. He said the same as you, Martin.
But would he get into anyone else, or would no one like have him?
I think I don't know. Like, I can't pick on a side of players that I didn't see. Like, if I was to pick from like the 90s to now, then yeah, he'd be in it.
That's understandable.
100%. I'd say right now he's in the top 5 best players to have ever played for Liverpool, in my opinion.
Okay.
I've heard this conversation, this debate a couple of times. Liverpool legend gigs, and majority of them say Salah starts ahead of Barnes.
I think Barnes was amazing, but yeah, we get that because there's more younger viewers these days than there is older viewers because we're all shit with technology.
Thank you. Keep it real. Appreciate that.
Yeah, Dalglish could play in the same team as Salah. They don't play in the same position. Interesting. Like, if I could have it my way, I would play Rush as the 9, Barnes as a Diaz, Salah where he is now, and then I'd have Dalglish in the middle as like a number 10.
Yeah, but that was the question. It doesn't matter where about, would he be good enough to get into that team from 70s right the way through? If you could put him anywhere in that, would you fit him in with all them great players that we've had over the years? That was the question.
I think so.
Yeah, I'd have him on the bench though.
So. Never means so quietly.
We didn't even use lube.
What about McManaman? Is Matt Manaman in your starting 11?
I loved McManaman, but I mean, he was. I don't know.
Joe says that Alisson is the best keeper. I was going to say that.
Oh, no, Grobbelaar for me.
I love Grobler. I love Grobler, but I love Alisson as well. Grobler's fucking hilarious. Yeah, Joe. McManaman was a bit of a kind of. There was no meat on him.
Just see him on a down with his clearly.
All right then.
Yeah.
Before we move on to Gravenberch talk, then let's do it now. Then let's do a starting 11 now between the 3 of us. So it's a majority gets the vote, yeah. So Ubi got goalkeeper. I'll go Alisson.
Out of for what we are now.
Do 70s to now.
I'm gonna go. Oh, I'm gonna go Pep.
Pepe Reina.
Pep. Like Pep.
What about you, Sean?
Really like Pep.
From the 70s now, I'd go Alisson.
Okay, so Alisson's the goalkeeper then. Right back. I can't say from the 70s. I'd have to just say Trent. I don't know. There probably is one better than him, but Trent.
I can't think off the top of my head. I was going to say Danny Agger, but he was a centre back, really.
He was a centre back.
Yeah. I've not seen a decent right back, so I'm going to go Trent with you.
Okay, so Trent's right back then, without Sean having to say anything. All right, we'll do centre back pairing. I'm going to go Van Dijk and Hansen.
I'm going to go Skirtle and Agger.
Skirtle was a poor man's Agger. I wouldn't go Skirtle.
I don't care. I thought they were brilliant.
What about you?
I don't think Agger was way overrated. I think he was injury prone, and that gave Skirtle an opportunity. What was the question? Centre backs.
Centre back partnership.
Hansen and Virgil.
Okay. So far the team is Alisson, Trent, Virgil, Hansen. Left back, I'll hand it over to you, Sean, this time first.
At what?
What left back would you have?
Nicky Barr.
Oh, Nickel, maybe?
Steve Nicol.
Yeah.
Okay, what about you, Martin?
I'm going to say Robbo. I do think Robbo's good.
Yeah, okay, I'm going to say Robbo as well. So our back five is Alisson, Trent, Hansen, Van Dijk, and Robbo so far. So then we'll play with we'll play the same formation that Slot's got your two D line midfielders. I'd probably say Gerrard and
Joe has a fucking powerhouse of Gerrard and Souness. Souness was a fucking maniac. Absolute beast.
Yeah. All right.
I don't know. I mean, that's a.
I think Gerrard's definitely in there. Gerrard's in there.
Gerrard has to be there. Yeah.
And then the one playing alongside him, in my head, I was umming and ahhing between, and this is just going to show my age. I was umming and ahhing between Alonso and Mascherano.
I was going to say Alonso. Yeah.
I was having Alonso because I love Alonso. Absolutely love him.
I love.
Are you both in agreement on Gerrard then as well? Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So we've got Alisson, Trent, Hansen, Van Dijk, Robbo, Gerrard, Alonso. I'm going to put Dalglish as the 10 behind the front three. That's because I was going to say that earlier when we were doing it earlier.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
And then my front three is Barnes, Rush, Salah. But I don't know what you guys would say.
See, this is the hard fucking part because I'd like Suarez, Torres, Salah. Well, you can't.
Andy Carroll.
No.
Yeah. Andre Voronin.
Voronin, yeah.
The fucking ponytail.
Oh, can we just scrap this because we've got to put Kite in it somewhere.
Fucking Kite. No, you can't put Dirk Kite. He was a workhorse, but he wasn't at that caliber. I'd agree with Adam on his selection there, definitely.
Okay, so based on that, then we would have a team of Alisson, Trent, Hansen, Van Dijk, Robbo, Gerrard, Alonso, Dalglish, Barnes, Rush, Salah.
Here's another one for you before we get carried away. While we're on the subject of this stuff, Sean has heard me say this before, and he's still to this day never completed it. I want you, without using Google, give me 15 Liverpool players, past and present, including a manager, with the last name beginning with H.
What you mean? You never asked me this.
Yeah, I freaking did years ago, ballbag.
You fucking did not.
Well, go for it. Don't use Google.
So, how many are 15 players and managers?
Yeah.
That played for Liverpool.
Past and present. Don't use Google.
What's his
So
name?
Houllier would be the manager for me.
Yeah.
Hughes, Hansen, Harkness, Highway.
Yep.
I said Hansen, didn't I?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet suffering Jesus. Oh, fuck.
Hegem.
Yep. You
Hughes.
can't have.
Oh, yes, said Hughes. Houllier.
You can't have Karl-Heinz Riegler. You can't have him.
No, you can't. No.
Hegem.
Henshaw.
Are they all like
Henshaw.
different positions and stuff?
Yeah.
Hypia.
Hypia, yeah. Henshaw, yeah. How many is that we've got there? We haven't counted them yet. Hold on.
Hodgins.
So we had Houllier, Hansen,
Harkness.
Hoopier, Henshaw,
Highway.
Give me a goalkeeper. I'll give you the goalkeeper.
No,
Hooper.
don't.
Who?
Hooper.
Hooper. I don't remember him
Oh,
playing.
yes. Hooper, yeah. Houghton. Oh, my God. Houghton. How could one of my favorite players of all time, Houghton, Ray Houghton.
I'll just leave my big role.
We've got 8. Ray Houghton. We've got 8 so far.
Martin's full of ideas today. I'll tell you that for nothing.
Heskey.
Jeez, Heskey.
Heskey, yeah.
9. Haman, 10.
Heskey, what you call was number 8. Do you remember before Gerard?
Yeah. So we've got 5. There's 5 more.
There's 27 in total.
Oh, I ain't getting 27.
Really?
You can fuck off. 27.
Anyway, on with the show.
Yeah, I can't think of it. If anybody else can think of it we haven't got, just let us know.
You're certainly right there. In Grav was different. Gravy. Bit
that'll tie us over into a segue. I actually want to talk about Gravenberch for a little bit. Actually, let me see if I've got the right thing. Yeah, here we go. So yesterday he had 56 touches, 34 out of 41 passes completed. He won 7 duels. He won possession back 6 times. I think most of them as well were like just outside their box. The amount of times he did that was unreal. 4 interceptions. He won 3 fouls. He was the most fouled player on our team yesterday. And he won all of his tackles. And as they say there, insane performance. Now, have I got anything else about him? No, that's more Salah after this. So yeah, basically, I agree with Copites there. Gravenberch was my man of the match yesterday.
He was involved in the first goal, wasn't he? The Diaz goal.
Yes, I think he was also involved in the Trent disallowed goal, if I might be mistaken.
Yeah, you're right.
But he, again, we had a bit of a discussion about this a bit earlier on regarding first 3 games, blah, blah, blah. But him and Szoboszlai, for me, have been our best players so far this season. Diaz, obviously, Salah, obviously, as well. But not looking at the attackers, I think Szoboszlai and Gravenberch have been unlocked by Arne Slot. I feel like Szoboszlai was asked to do one thing under Jurgen Klopp, and I feel like he's been, like I say, just unlocked. And I just don't think Gravenberch got much of a shout under Jurgen. He's not the type of,
go for it.
He's not the type. Yeah, exactly. He's not the type of player that Jurgen looked for in that number 6 role because of how high Liverpool played under Jurgen. He needed that player there to disrupt play. So he needed like an Endo or a Fabinho or whatever. Whereas because we're in control of the ball a lot more, someone like a Gravenberch just excels in this Arne Slot way of play.
Adam, put me in the background, mate. I just need to nip the toilet, lad.
All right.
Thanks for letting us know that.
I'm
gone. Am I gone? Can you hear me?
Sorry, my bad. You must be third person. I've just put him on mute. My bad.
Fucking got rid of me.
I didn't mean to, lad. I didn't mean to.
My God. No, Szoboszlai, I mean, there was a lot of criticism of Szoboszlai, a lot of people talking about, maybe we should get rid of him or,
Oh, I would never have got rid of Szoboszlai.
No, neither would I.
He's been a player that I've liked for years, Szoboszlai. Like when he broke through at, I'm sure he was at Salzburg before he went to RB Leipzig. I wanted Liverpool to sign him then, when he was like 19 or something like that. Obviously, he went to.
I was on a YouTube show called Klopp Zone. I think it's now called Cop Zone. Actually, G was from that show, GMTV. And they were trying to pronounce Szoboszlai. And I have a video of me just taking the piss and having a bit of fun, like John Henry does on this show when he comes on and asks us to wish his friend a happy birthday, bend over. But the names that we called Slabasly, we couldn't get his name right. But I mean, he's been on the radar for a while. And
he's still only like 23 though, Szoboszlai. He's still only really young.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My cousin's husband is Hungarian, and I have a few Hungarian friends, and they swear by him. They just think he's an amazing player. And I do too. I think he's incredible.
100%. But yeah, sticking with Gravenberch then for a little bit more, I think he's going to have a season and a half this year, based on what it is. Obviously, again, we've spoke about it a bit earlier, not to repeat myself, but when we get into a Man City or an Arsenal, then we'll see his true makings, if he can still do the same stuff. But keep going, lads, you know what I mean? Like, he didn't get any game time hardly at Bayern Munich. That was the reason why he left there to come to us. Didn't get much game time last year under Klopp, and he's just been trusted, hasn't he, to basically.
There was a good question there by North Red. Without being doom and gloom, who steps in for Grav if, God forbid, injured or rested? Boom, one or two.
I think it's Curtis Jones. I think when Jones comes back from injury, that's where he's going to play, because I think that's what he was playing in the pre-season games. I think, if I remember correctly, I think he was playing that holding role a little bit, which kind of, as well, like sticking with like Arne Slot, I like as well how he has like set subs. He has a player you play in that position. That is where you're playing. So like, like Cody Gakpo, for instance.
Yeah.
When he was like warming up, I was like, oh, is he going to go down middle and take Jota off? No, he went and played where Diaz played. That's his position. Nunes is down the middle. Do you know what I mean? Like, whereas when Cody Gakpo was coming on under Klopp, we didn't know where we were going to play. Is he going to play the left? Is he going to play the middle? Like, blah, blah, blah. Like, yeah, I think Jones will be the backup to Graven, unless he's the backup to McAllister. I'm not too sure, obviously. We know that Slot's confirmed that Elliott's going to get game time where Szoboszlai plays. That's where he's going to be the backup now that we've signed Chiesa. So, yeah, I don't know, man. He's just absolutely bossing it for me at the moment, is Ryan Gravenberch, and I just hope he keeps going with it.
Yeah, I think he's got his confidence, and I think, Slot has been that change for him that he needed. So we'll just see how it goes. Jono had a good point there. I think Trent has potential playing DM if coached enough. Our very own Perlo. That's a very good point there. He certainly has it in his game, Joe, to do that. He really does. And put Bradley in at right back. Then I definitely think. I think Bradley's an absolute fucking beast. So I think we should keep him.
I think that's the long game of putting Bradley at right back and Trent into midfield. But I do wonder if Slot's trying to ease Bradley and not trying to chuck him in the deep end a little bit. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. It would have been quite interesting, wouldn't it, if the start of the season came round and Bradley was a starting right back and Trent and McAllister was the midfield pivot, and we could have seen what that was like. In regards
would have been interesting.
To see that, but he's obviously gone for Ryan Gravenberch and McAllister is the midfield pivot. So. Yeah,
what's working at the moment.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I think if everyone comes back injury free for the next game, which I think is against Nottingham Forest, you pick same. I'd stick with same team again. Me, in all fairness, do you know what I mean? Same 11, go with them again. I think you'd probably give Nunes and Chiesa their first starts in the cup game. Is it against? Am I playing Derby? I don't know where I got that from. Maybe that's from my own Football Manager. I don't know where. I don't know if that's right. I don't know. I
don't know.
Don't know. Oh no, we're not. We're playing. You know what? I'm gonna have to look for it now. Hold on a moment.
That's a good point, Ray. Be interesting to see who plays in the League Cup. Those who played in the League Cup are all gone.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I think Joe says if it's not broke, don't fix it. I think that's probably another thing that Klopp did quite a lot, is kind of rotate the squad a bit. And I Slot, tends to do that as well. West Ham Bond says.
Yeah, I'm just seeing now. Yeah, West Ham. Yeah.
The one thing.
Sorry.
The one thing I was
going
to
say.
Go
on. Go.
The one thing I was just
going to pictures there. No, you do it.
I swear to Jesus, I will slap you, Martin Mason. The one thing that I liked about Slot is he's not afraid to put on a sub if it's not working out. We saw that with Kwanzaa. It's not the typical wait for the 65th minute to put on the subs and then hope for the best. He can put them on whenever obviously any manager can, but he is fairly confident in he's brave in making that decision if needs be.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just really, really happy with how things are going under Arne Slot right now. I just am. Can't lie. I'm really, really happy about how everything's going.
Right, so you feel that you did before you going on about this Martin fella, that there could still be a possible interest. Would you want to go for him now?
No.
Why?
And I'll tell you why. He's made his bed. He does not want to go to the club. And I don't want a player who was linked with us and decided to stay with his current club for less money. I don't want a player like that. I don't care how good he is. If he chooses another club over Liverpool, I don't want him.
Old school values there, Sean.
Yeah, but you see, the thing is with that though, I like that because it's his boyhood club, and like that would be like Trent if Liverpool was Real Sociedad size, and then a big club came in for him, and he just kind of turned around and went, "Nah, I'm going to stay and play here." It's like a Steven Gerrard. How many times could Gerrard have left?
But he was tempted though, Gerrard.
He was tempted, but irrespective of whether he's tempted or not, right? If a player has shown loyalty to Liverpool, then I'm all for that. That's fine because Liverpool is our club, and that's it. But with regards to us being linked with a player, and that player deciding to go and stay with his club, I wouldn't waste my time. It's like asking a woman out several times after she telling you no. What is the point of it?
We know your situation when it comes to women. That's why I
don't have a situation, and I don't do a Bill Cosby on it either, just for legal reasons.
That's why we share our gem.
What does this smell like? Whoop!
But basically, from what Martin was saying there, apparently Fabrizio Romano said somewhere on the debrief that Liverpool still have an interest in Zubimendi and believe that the Real Sociedad midfielder is perfect for the club. And then I reposted that and said I would still take him, but he would have a fight with Gravenberch as the number 6, basically. Like he wouldn't, if he'd have come in now, he'd have been first choice. But now, I think he'd have a fight on his hand. But
can't take that 6 off Gravenberch at the moment.
No, you can't.
I think we should move on from Zubimendi. I think Liverpool Football Club is bigger than that. I think we've got to stop penny pinching for and trying to collect pennies for a player that does not want to play for us. He chose to play for his current team. He made no reference to wanting to play for us in the future. Made no reference whatsoever. And then, to me, like he made the decision at the last minute to stay while we were fanning about. He gave us his word that he was going to come over to us, and then decided not to. So with that, I just would not waste my time with him. There are other players out there, and while we were fanning about with this guy, a player that we were talking about last year fecked off to bloody Wolves.
That's true. I mean,
Do you know what I mean?
there's also like the look of I like the look of that Alan Varela, who we did the video ourselves on here. Well, it wasn't a video, so it was a live where basically I turned around and said he was my second choice behind Edison. He was ahead of Zubimendi, and then we were linked to him on deadline day, and that didn't happen. And he's younger, probably a little bit more expensive, but we'll have to just wait and see what happens, I guess. So what's people said here regards to this? Cranky JD reckons it'd be a great January signing. Joe says we don't know what went on behind the scenes. He thinks Liverpool were dragging their heels trying to buy him cheaper than buyout. JD, no need to spite your nose, spite your face. And then Salah changed his mind last minute and went to Chelsea.
I don't think, Bonda, that's true. I think it was another case of Ian Eyre, amazing man that he was, scouting players for other clubs. And I think we played the low ball and we were fanning about as we do quite a lot in transfer windows. And I think they just went in for a better, or they just went in for a bid that was accepted. That was it.
Yeah.
I've just put into Google, and I won't say it, but I'll show it, right? Fucking dirty rats and fucking copied me 2 years ago. It says Liverpool players begin and last name with H. It's it's got a live bird on it, and it says TIA. Wankers.
I think after the Salah talk, we'll move on to Salah and how he was in the game yesterday before we get onto his comments. So after the game yesterday, these three players here are the players that have had the most goals and assists in a Premier League game against one side. So basically, Wayne Rooney, don't know what team it was, but he had 36 combined goals and assists against one club. Salah's now second with 33 goals or assists against Man United. And then Thierry Henry is third on 32 against whichever club that is. Can't argue with that amazing stat. He has either scored 10 or assisted 6 of Liverpool's last 22 Premier League goals against Manchester United. He has scored 10 times in 9 appearances at Old Trafford for Liverpool in all competitions. And he's only the second player to score 10 plus goals at a single away ground for Premier League clubs since 92-93 after Alan Shearer scored 10 at Ellen Road.
How
was that?
Flopped there when he was at college. He's been to Chelsea and he flopped at Chelsea. Salah's been beast mode.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So we've got the quotes that came out yesterday. So I'll leave these
for fucking 6. This did hit me for 6 when I heard this.
So I'll leave them up, and we're going to play this video, and I'm going to hope that I don't get a strike. So here we go.
It's my last year in the club. I just want to enjoy it. I don't want to think about it. But just like I feel I'm free to play football, and we'll see what's going to happen next.
So, for those of you that are unaware, basically, Salah said yesterday, as you know, it's my last year at the club. I just want to enjoy it. I don't want to think about it. I feel like I'm free to play football, and we will see what can happen next year. This is the bit that pisses me off, because he's the second player to come out and say this now. Nobody at the club has spoken to me yet about contracts, so I will play my last season and see at the end of the season. I don't know if I will come back, as in Old Trafford, but yes, my last game here with Liverpool. It's not up to me. Nobody has talked to me from the club, but we will see. Shauno, instant reaction.
Sorry.
Matt, no, I was going to say, right, Matt, I'll come to you first then, Martin. What's your instant reaction to what Salah said yesterday?
I'm not. Like I said this to Shauno before, he fucking grilled me on a voicemail, right? But I do not for one thing respect FSG's decision for this. But I'm looking at it in Salah's eyes. He's like, well, in my head, this is my last season because I've not got a contract. This is my last game at United because I've not got a contract. Throwing it out to FSG saying, give me a contract. And this is why he's going, it's my last year at Liverpool because I haven't got a contract after it. Not that this is definitely going to be my last year. This is definitely my last game for Liverpool at United. He's just saying, it's my last game, it's my last year because I've got nothing from him. He's not saying he's going. He's just putting that statement out.
I don't think I grilled you over that. I think what you base. I think if I can remember, because a lot happened today. I think you said, and correct me if I'm wrong, that you didn't think that his comment was right.
I didn't think his comment. No, other people's comments, what they're saying about what Salah said is, I think people are digging into it too much. But what Salah's basically saying in the world of social media, things get twisted about, people putting two fences in. He's just saying, listen, it's my last year. I haven't got a contract. It's my last game here. It's like when he goes and plays against City, say Forest next week or the week after. It's his last game against Forest.
I think the reaction of fans on social media and otherwise is appropriate to how grave the situation is, and I use that word. I don't use that word.
He's begging for a new contract. He just doesn't want to see that he wants.
Yeah, but
he doesn't want to give. He doesn't want to give to FSG. Listen, please sign me again, because that plays into FSG's hand and say, okay, you're on 350 grand a week, whatever it is. I'll give you a contract for 2 years at 150 grand. Because if he's falling into their hands, then.
Yeah, but that's all well and good, Mark. Yeah, but that's all well and good. The thing is that as a football club, as a business, as people keep on fucking referring it to, and referring to how well we do our business, there is no sense at all in leaving the most influential players in your squad down to the last 12 months of their contract, regardless of what manager is going, what manager isn't going. We're off the impression that it's not Arne Slot, it's not Jurgen Klopp that made the decisions with regards to players coming in, players coming out, and players staying, and what contracts they were given. They can express their interest of what we want this player, we want that player, we want to sell that player, we want to hold on to that player. But all in all, it comes down to the decision that is made by now Richard Hughes and Edwards. And we're off the belief that FSG will not offer a contract to someone in their 30s and will end up, just offloading them. And I think, and again, I looked at Ali McCoist there on TalkSport. I'm not a big fan of TalkSport. And he said, he was talking about the hierarchy at Liverpool Football Club. How in the Lord Jesus are they going to allow the likes of Mohamed Salah, who just when you thought he couldn't be any more ripped than what he was last year, coming into the season, coming from the summer into the new season, he's fucking more ripped now.
Yeah,
and he looks fitter, he looks stronger, and he looks more lethal. How are we going to justify letting a player like him walk away, not get a penny for him, and not offer him a contract, not do anything to try and hold on to him? Not to mention our captain and vice captain. It is absolutely crazy. Crazy.
Yeah, I'm not disputing that he shouldn't offer him one. They need one. But in his own head, he's like, well, they haven't offered me anything. But I get what you're saying with what you just said then, because I was listening to that on my way back. But did you hear the part where he turned around and said, like, let's go back last season. Is this, if they had got, when the Saudis came in for him, if they had accepted that, do you think Klopp would have fucked off then?
I think, you know, if my auntie had balls, she'd be my uncle. I can't really go on that. All right, Nizam. I don't really. You know, I think we should be we should stop talking about Klopp. That's the first thing. I think we should.
Yeah, that's fine. I understand that them three need contracts, but in their own head, they don't want to go to them and play careful with them because they're going to potentially devalue themselves to FSG, because then FSG will go, well, we were going to get rid of you, but if you want to stay, well, you need to take a reduction in your wages now. I get that it's all business, but in his own little head, he's none the wiser. Well, it's my last season, isn't it?
Martin, I mean, we have to accept we're Liverpool Football Club. We're a £5 billion club. To even make the assumption that we cannot afford to give this man a pay rise, or to give him a slight increase, or a slight but let me finish. To give some sort of incentive to stay at the club that he's already making a name for himself, already got himself a legendary status, has already got him beating records left, right, and centre. We have got to fucking keep him at the club. There's no two ways about it. We have got to keep him at the club, because you know, I know what age he is and whatever. I mean, he'll be fucking fitter than me when he is just an absolute beast, and he's very, very disciplined in his fitness and whatever. He's very rarely is he out injured, and the age he is, and he still has that pace. I mean, he just absolutely made a meal out of United there yesterday.
I just want to butt in a little bit here, guys, because I've just been having a look on X while you guys have been talking, and I've got this sheet here. And all the Liverpool journals are going with the same thing. So basically, Romano says there that Liverpool's focus this one is the one that I think's a load of bollocks, right? You can do more than one thing. You're a big club, you're worth billions, whatever. Romano says that Liverpool's focus this summer was on the transfer market. Now September, they will start talking about contracts and discussing internally. I believe, first and foremost, by the time international break is over, Trent has either been offered a contract or is on the verge of signing one, or he's already signed it. I think that happens. Melissa Reddy, the only reason she became so big and everything like that is because of Sadio Mane. We won't go into much of that, but yeah, let's just leave it there. Mo Salah's preference is to remain at Liverpool, she said. Salah believes he still has a few years left at the highest level, competing for top prizes while breaking records. And then we've also had David Lynch chirping about this as well. He ain't a journalist that I kind of pay much attention to, but he again is saying the same thing, where he said that Salah was clearly trying to put pressure on Richard Hughes and put the ball in Liverpool's court because he very much wants to stay. But that's also helpful from Liverpool's perspective in terms of negotiations. So that kind of ties in. If we're to believe that as gospel, that ties into what you said, Martin, where he's come out, he's said it to put the ball in their court, but he's not going to come out and overly say something to make it look like he's desperate to sign a contract, so then his wage goes down.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Hey, I'm all for him. He deserves it. But I look, everyone, I get everyone's an opinion, and everyone's entitled to that. But in my eyes, it's like he doesn't want to come begging for that contract. He's open and saying, "Listen, I'm here. I'm in my last one."
Mm.
Well, I mean, I agree with you.
All right, Joe. All right, yeah.
Fucking hell, I have to Google that as well. What the fuck? But look, I mean, Jono says performance-related contract simple. Salah will still world class until at least 35, in my opinion. And Virgil, we should make exceptions for exceptional players. The problem is, and this is what I'm scared shitless of, guys, is because John W. Henry and the likes of them are so out of touch with football and reality in real life, to be honest with you. I mean, they look at something and then they want to buy it. But I personally think that they will have this rule no matter what. And they will, I mean, Bobby went, Milner left, Genie left. We cannot allow, and this is what scares me, Arne Slot is the head coach. So he has no say. He's no dealings with player negotiations, as in players coming in, players coming out. He says he has the last word, or players' contracts. Now, if I'm Arne Slot and I see a beast like Mo Salah, right? He would be my priority. What I can see happen.
Let's just say this: if them three get to the end of the season and they haven't been signed, mate, and they go on a free, there's going to be fucking uproar, mate. Them fans
There has to be uproar. It has to happen because I don't want to hear. And I mean, I know someone got come up on the Facebook page, and great conversation. And everyone should go onto our Facebook page as well. Adam Naylor LFC. We have yet to change it to AKM LFC, but Facebook being Facebook. But like everyone is talking like they're accountants or talking like they're business people. I'm a football fan, right? How I measure success is what we do on the pitch and what players we bring in. That's not me being greedy. That's not me being a glory hunter. That's the whole purpose of coming in, of competing in every goddamn tournament. No excuses, no nothing. Now you have a star player. You've 3 star players. 2 of them are your captain and your vice captain. I can see Trent getting something. I can see Virgil and possibly Salah leaving. And that makes me sick to my stomach.
So then who replaces them? What kid from fucking Accrington Stanley comes in and goes out on 5-year loan deal first before he comes into the team? Because that's what they do.
Well, I think Chiesa has come in as Salah's replacement. That's what I think.
Yeah.
No one's as good as Salah. No one.
TAA, Virgil van Dijk and Salah will have the season alive because it always happens with play. Yeah, they will. They'll have a really good season. I honestly think Trent's attitude yesterday, obviously he's a local lad beating Man United and everything like that, but I honestly think he's on the verge of signing. Like the way he was acting yesterday, he doesn't look like a player that's like in the last year of his contract. I think he's on the verge of signing his Trent. But did you hear, like, what do you think of Slot's comments though? I was saying
worrying. And I was saying
it to my partner yesterday, like, I like how Slot handles the media, but when he was asked about the Salah contract thing yesterday, and he kind of tried to play down how important Salah was to the team and made it more about how good the team is, which I could understand it from a certain side of things, but I think knowing that Salah's come out and said that, you need to come out and say something a little bit more stronger in regards to that, and like not try and play it down like, oh well, yeah, Salah were good, but it was only good because of the other 10 players on the pitch. Like, do you know what I mean?
It's the way it was yesterday. I think Salah had destroyed United on his own. And I'm not taking no discredit from all the other players because they were really good. But Salah, he could have been blindfolded, mate, and he destroyed United yesterday. That's how good he's becoming. And it's like he's got a second breath.
Yeah. Bond said that Milner and Henderson got new deals in their 30s. I think that's why Edward and Ward left, potentially.
Very good point.
Klopp couldn't keep Firmino. Slop won't have a say in keeping Salah. I think that last bit there, I agree with that. I don't think that Slot will not have a say in if Salah stays or goes.
Well, he doesn't. And I mean, how this has been packaged is Arne Slot has no say in this. He is the head coach. He coaches the team. That's it. And Richard Hughes is the guy that does all the negotiating, and that's it. and that's as far as it, you know. But I think one thing that I can pick on with Arne Slot, I think is that his comment about Salah was a little weak, and I think it probably showed his cards a bit too quickly, and I think it's now put us in a very vulnerable situation, because whatever is thrown at Salah, whatever is thrown at Virgil, whatever is thrown at Trent, they have the power now to say, that's not good enough, cough up.
Yeah.
That's not good enough, cough up. And then we are in a real dangerous situation where we could end up losing all three of them on a fucking free. Let that just you know, get into your mind. We could lose these three players on a free. I'm not saying it'll happen, but we could certainly lose two of them. But it's still, any loss between those three it's bad. All right, Gary.
It goes on without no contracts. The more you're devaluing in them.
Yeah, I've had a poll up on the comments section where basically I was asking, would you give Salah a contract? And 90% of the people who voted said that they would give Salah a contract.
I didn't even see the poll. Is it still
That's
up there?
good then, to show that we're not the ones voting on it. It's the actual people. That's good.
There you go.
Cranky JD, if FSG let Salah and Co leave on a free, there will be a laughing stock.
We'll be a laughing stock. We will be a laughing stock, Cranky. We will be a laughing stock.
Where do you think, again, this, I don't want to, I've said it now. Where do you think Salah will end up going if he leaves? Do you reckon he goes to Saudi? I don't think he does. I think he stays in Europe.
I think he goes to Madrid or Bayern Munich.
Madrid aren't going to go for him.
I could see him going.
Madrid is sat there at the back going like that. Oh, no. 2nd of September now. It's the 3rd of January. It's getting closer.
He won't go to Madrid. They can't afford him.
PSG maybe?
No.
I think he stays in Europe. I think he's too good to go to Saudi at this stage now. Like I know that what I was saying in the summer, I was like, oh, if the 100 million came in, yeah, I'd sell him. On his performances in these first 3 games this year, I wouldn't sell him. I can't see him going to Saudi. I can't see him going.
How in the fuck? I mean, I just can't get over it. Like, how have we left it to the last 12 months of these 3 players?
Because we're a laughing stock. And that other thing what we said last night as well, which you did, I don't know if you've seen, with all this shite with Salah, no contract, the amount we spent, we didn't spend the fucking money for that guy. That coming as a bonus from Bournemouth or Brentford, whoever it was, the £13 million. We didn't even spend that on him. We got that for free.
Yeah.
Shambles.
Well, with all the players that we're after loaning out and getting rid of, I mean, surely to Christ we can do something with that money in terms of contracts. But we're acting like as if we're a £300 club, a £300 million club. We're a £5 billion club.
Yeah, but you got to remember, Sean, mate, we sell all our football players and get all our sponsorships. Go and buy fucking baseball girls players.
Look what I bought the other day anyway. It was mentioned.
Don't you dare to... Oh, I thought you were going to go on about a baseball thing.
No.
Yeah, but
how to win the Premier League? Ian Graham's.
I'll beat you, and I'll look at that.
Well, I'll beat you both, and raise it.
Beautiful. Yeah.
SD Designs that.
SD Designs 2020.
What happens when Salah is top goal scorer and has the most assists at the end of the season? If he's not signed a contract, mate, there ain't much we can do.
Cranky, fucking JD, or not JD, JW Henry will fucking come out with a plaque at the end of the season, and he'll reward him, and he says, right, off you go. That's what he'll do. Thank you for the memories, and that's it.
Can you imagine?
That's it.
I'm just disgusted. I am.
It's worrying, isn't it?
We never had all this shit years ago when Rick Paddy was there.
Well, we had we had shit insofar as we couldn't afford players, but at least
At least, but
at
we
least
didn't.
he cared about the club. At least he cared about the club.
Yeah, at least though, when he obviously did the same thing, but mate, I just want to fucking knock my head on the wall and fucking sign. Do me head in. They really depressed me.
Chris N says the Red Sox might miss the playoffs this season. They're not doing so well. Yeah, but I mean, Chris N and anyone else that is listening to the show or watching the show, I don't know whether we're on X. Are we on X?
No, not today. No, I have to sort out afterwards.
So, what was I going to say? I mean, if people want to know, the views of FSG, just ask the Red Sox fans. See what they think of them.
Manage our expectation.
They fucking hate them. They absolutely hate them. And the Pittsburgh Penguins will do the same. San Diego Padres with Tom Warner, they don't particularly like him either. But
those fans love him because he didn't sign him.
Imagine winning the Premier League and then letting them go. I mean, that'd be some fairy tale, but I mean, I think letting them go, it's fucking crazy, guys. It's fucking crazy.
I mean,
can we get off this subject now because it's really depressing me?
No.
Well, I think we've pretty much covered everything, guys, that I wanted to talk about today. Is there anything else you guys want to bring up?
Go for it, Sean. Go for it, boy.
I just think, obviously, there's no point talking about the aftermath of the transfer window. I said in 74 hours of the transfer window closing that there's going to be some positive PR. I'd imagine that probably the positive PR will be contracts. And I'd say probably what you'll see is Trent signing. Because Trent is, he's a Scouser. He wants to stay at the club and he wants to stay forever. There's nothing that's really enticing. I don't really believe in the whole Bellingham shit. If I'm honest with you, I think they'll partner up, at international, and that's it. I think Liverpool is much more important to him than that, and I think he'll sign a contract without a doubt. And in terms of the other PR bullshit, you'll probably hear more talks about Zubimendi in January. We're still interested. We still reckon we get him. Blah blah blah. Oh, there's a big fucking war chest. In the summer. All of this. So, Chris N reckons he's not so convinced that Trent will be staying for the long term. I would be so surprised if he did. So surprised.
I think Trent's on the verge of signing. I mean, I could
be
wrong.
When's that documentary coming out, Adam?
No idea.
Because I think we're going to get a backstory of what these bastards have been doing. And if Trent doesn't sign and goes, I think Trent won't hold his mouth. I think Trent will come out with it.
That's an interesting point, actually.
I'm just having a look online here and I'm having a look at the Salah stuff, because obviously we talk about Salah leaving and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it's most Premier League goals scored here right now, yeah. So obviously number one's Shearer with 260. Then it's Kane 213, Rooney 208, Andy Cole 187, Aguero 184, Lampard 177, Henry 175, Fowler 163, Defoe 162, Mo Salah 160. So if he gets 16 Premier League goals this year, he'll be above Thierry Henry in scoring the most goals in the Premier League. He's only, I know when I say this already, he's 100 goals off being the all-time top goal scorer in the Premier League. So if he was to stay another couple of years and get 20, 30 goals, he could be in top 3 goal scorers in the Premier League of all time. And then there was another one as well about assists. So Giggs has got 162 assists. He's top. De Bruyne 113, Fabregas 111, Rooney 103, Lampard 102, Bergkamp 94, Silva I'm guessing that's David Silva, 93. Gerrard, 92. James Milner, 89. Beckham, 80. Sheringham and Ericsson are both on 76. Henry, 74. Andy Cole, 73. And Mo Salah's on 72. So even if he gets 10 assists this year, he's above David Beckham. And he'd be 10 behind Steven Gerrard for the most assists provided in the Premier League.
I think that's doable. The way he's at the moment,
Absolutely.
I think he has that done by Christmas.
If he stays another 2 years at Liverpool, right? Let's just say that. So he stays this year, next year, and then another year after that. Salah could be in the top 5 assists of all time, and he could end up being in the top 5 top. Like he's only he's 27 goals off 4th place in the top goal scorers in the Premier League goals of all time. 27. He's 24 off Aguero, and Aguero was an out-and-out striker.
I think that's incredible, but the unfortunate thing is, guys, is that, records, are there to be broken, and Salah wants to break them without a doubt, especially when he was classed as a one-season wonder. I think everyone can shut their mouth there about that. But, those records are not going to keep him at Liverpool Football Club. Money talks, and we've got to offer him a contract. We've got to sit down and talk with him. And the fact that we have not done that, and I don't know whether I'm more frustrated than most people or more angry than most people, or it affects me the most, or it's not. I can't understand why people aren't going ballistic over this. Is that when new people come into this club and their sole job is to organize this, and this, and they haven't done the most important thing, which is sort out contracts of the 3 of the most important players on that squad. I don't understand.
Well, I'm piss taken at the moment, but ask John Henry now, because he's in the comments.
Yeah, I will, yeah. So Bond says, letting these 3 players leave, it could set us back another 30 years before we win a league. That'll be another Souness when he sold too many. That's a very, very good point, Bond. Very good point. And I think that's a real risk. And that's the point of the bloody evening, I think. That's a very, very good point. It's a very dangerous situation. Very, very dangerous situation that we're in.
100%.
Right, guys, I'm going to go because I've been on for an hour and a half with you, and I'm going to get these ready for bed and stuff now. They're back at school.
All right, man. Talk to you later.
See you in a bit.
See you later. I think we're alone now.
I don't know if there's anything else you want to talk about right now, because I'll probably end up shutting the stream down in a bit. Fair, I'm having a quick look on X, see if there's anything else to talk about, really. Salah's not even in the team of the month for August,
How?
According to this, the team of the month that's just come out is David Raya in net, even though we've not conceded a goal. Pedro Porro, Romero, Saliba, Robinson at Fulham, Saka, Palmer, De Bruyne, Diaz, Haaland, Song. So we've only got one player in there.
No, Diaz.
Yeah, Diaz is there. Diaz is the only player.
Diaz is there, is he?
He's the only player.
Okay.
And
so Diaz is there, but not Salah.
Yep.
And how many goals has Salah scored? 2?
He's got an XG of 6 in his 3 games that we've just had. That's mad, that. But yeah. Right then, Sean, if there's anything else you want to talk about, or we'll shut the stream down, mate.
There's not shutting the stream down. That sounds very clinical. There's nothing really. No. Yeah, I just hope, guys, that we can just move on from the transfer window, get these players a contract, and get I don't know. I'm just like, obviously I'm feckin' delighted with beating the Manx. It's always good to do that. But the real kind of thing that just got to me was Salah's comments and the fact that he looked upset, and he looks like he wants to save the club, as Martin said. I think people should take it seriously. I think, and I keep repeating myself, I think we should really be asking questions of these owners and not been led and said by told the liners and kind of how would I say, named and shamed and told that we can't ask questions of these owners or ask questions of Hughes and Edwards. These are three of the most important players that we have. Doesn't matter about their age. And the fact that he's down to the last 12 months.
It's bonkers, mate. Before we get off, I just want to mention as well, guys, we are toying with the idea of doing, well, I don't think I've even asked you this yet, Sean. I'm toying with the idea of doing, because we do we do match reactions individually. I do a match preview. I am kind of thinking about doing streams for them instead of the previews for the games and reactions for the games afterwards. If that's something you guys would be interested in, just let us know in the comments. Obviously, we've got the international break now to get a few things set up and everything. I don't think everybody will be available every game, to be fair, but we're going to get guests on everything. I know we've been saying that for a long time, but the wheels are turning, so there will be people jumping on to give their input as well, guys.
We've already got like a good few people talking about coming on, and then obviously we're working behind the scenes in terms of the membership and kind of making it worth everyone's while to do it, and really coming up with some really good kind of spot prizes. There might be the few kind of gimmicky prizes and what have you, but then there's ones that I think would be certainly worth participating. And I mean, when you look, $2.99 is the most expensive thing per month. I mean, that's like next to nothing, So at the end of the day, we wanted to make it worth your while, and we want to kind of give you something back. And we've got some really, really good plans ahead. So we're still working on that.
We are, but we'll get it sorted. But yeah, Shauna, would you be up for doing the pre-show and the post-show, I guess, for the matches? Was that something you'd be interested in?
Doing match reactions?
Yeah, like live. Maybe not instant. Maybe we could do like the short video still and then come together a bit later on and do like a one after. Don't know.
Yeah, I think maybe the one after might sound all right. I'm not too sure about match reactions. I think people either make the effort to watch it one way or another, and the last thing they want to be watching. I don't want to be pissing on your parade here, but I think I don't know. Match reactions have been done. I think I don't know. Maybe it might be an idea. I mean, it seems to work. I don't know. I've been off YouTube for a while, so I don't know what's popular now or whatever,
Yeah.
But I mean, we'll come up with some ideas and play along, and obviously it's up to the viewers as well and subscribers what they want to, and we'll build a channel around them too,
Yeah, sure. So then, right then, guys, I think we're gonna call it there. Let us know. You can watch this back afterwards. Let us know what your thoughts are surrounding Salah and Gravenberch in the comments below. If you are new here, guys, you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel, and also make sure you hit that like button and the little bell so you get a notification whenever my videos or our live streams go live. Anything else you'd like to plug, Sean, before we get off?
Our Facebook page.
Yes.
Adam Naylor LFC. We've got about, I think, 32 people. We need to get a whole lot more than that.
41.
40. Ooh, 41. Okay.
Now. It's because of that new background I've designed.
I think it's the new background. In fairness,
the new background.
We've kind of got the Hulk Hogan kind of AKM colors, and we've got the lovely Liverpool background as well. So yeah, but there's a lot of interaction on the Facebook page. We're posting daily on that. When we're not, obviously, when Adam's not doing YouTube videos, but it'd be nice to kind of have you on board and for you to invite your friends, family, and anyone that supports Liverpool and is mad about Liverpool as much as we are.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Right then, guys. That was it from us today. I've been Adam. This has been Shauna. We've had Martin on as well, guys. Again, quick reminder to hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe if you're new here. We'll catch you later, guys.